Down just prior to kickoff here in Tampa at Raymond James Stadium. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New York Jets and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. A pair of 3-0 teams set to lock horns for the right to remain unbeaten. And we're off in Week 4. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. A first down throw, Darnold. That's taken in, complete to Reynolds. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Darnold. That's into the hands of Reynolds. It'll be a gain of 4, and that's going to bring up a third down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. Again, Darnold. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off near the 42. Last week, somehow they won. He threw all those picks, but they still won. Here, opening drive, unfortunately, he picked up where he left off.
Partner, you get a lot of extra patience when you find a way to win despite you making mistakes. But starting out again this game, that patience is going to wear thin really quick. And I think the guys on the defensive side of the ball will be the first ones to let him know that's got to stop.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 24. Working out of the gun, Winston. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
And not much here as he'll get it to the 11, maybe the 12-yard line.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Team 6.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not no chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Throwing here on third down, Darnold. And it's caught by Herndon. And they work this well up to 45. They chalk that one up as a gain of 34 on third down.
Go, Mike. We're outside. Hey, ready? Hey, let's go.
Darnold from the gun. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18, and he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. That'll get a little bit back, give him 5 on the run, and they'll be left with a 3rd and 13.
Hey, exit. 40 for Mike. 40 for Mike. Tighten up. Ready? Let's go.
The shotgun snap for Darnold. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down. Meanwhile, checking in on what's going on in Baltimore. And the Chiefs have jumped out to an early lead in their ball game. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Hey, Mike 40, check. He's coming. He can't hang. He's not going to get me. Check, Mike.
Now Darnold. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. They were ahead of schedule after the gain of 7 on first down, but the defense does not budge on 2nd and 3rd. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And the Jets hit the board first. It's 3-0. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. For the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go. Green, come with me. He's tired of me. He's tired of us. Easy. Hey. Oh, you got deep? Mike 5.
Now Winston. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. C.J. Mosley, the linebacker, making sure his presence is felt.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long.
Fofo's to Mike. Mike's Fofo. Hey, Tommy. Slam. Zoom, zoom. Green, triple team.
From the gun, Winston. And that will be incomplete. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
At their own 21-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Watch the shift. Watch the shift. Hey, watch the shift. Watch the shift. Kill, kill, kill. Kill, kill. Check 26, lady.
Play action. It's Darnold. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Ricky, Joker, 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 Joker. Bang, 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 bang. Undercut, undercut. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Red 80. Motion, motion, motion.
Back to throw, Darnold. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. They're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Now a handoff here to his running back. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The Jets on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19.
Hey, orbit. 51 to Mike. Hey, 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 hey. 49, check 49, check 49. Check 43. Red 80. Twist.
Here's Darnold. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. He's going to field this at the 4. 62 yards on the punt that time. Wow. And the Bucs are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a 1-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
Back near his own goal line, Winston. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set here as they try to stop this third down. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Open man is Godwin. It's complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A pickup of 27. And they pick up the first down in the process. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Winston now. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. C.J. Mosley able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Partner, the Mike linebacker, the middle linebacker has so many different responsibilities. How excited do you think he was to get home with that blitz?
Yeah, he wants a sack. He got it. To try again after the sack. Winston, he's got Smith here. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
That's a gain of 10. Brings up third and 15.
Third and long for Winston. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. There he goes, right side. And it's a touchdown for the Jets.
Touchdown, New York.
Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip.
Makes the score Jets 10. Buccaneers.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
But one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Going deep this time for Miller. And Jameis intercepted a third time. Darius Slay with a pick. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half, and you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest, we're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here, but he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, dude. Check the backer, check the backer.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play there. Second down.
Second and 10 at the 46-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10.
Let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball. Motion, motion, motion. Oh, lady. Buzz.
Now it's Darnold. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 10, and he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. Following the interception, Winston. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Check, check. Green, come see. You don't want none. Check nine, check nine.
Throwing again, Winston on 2nd and 10. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
On 3rd down, Winston. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 17 yards on the play and a Buccaneer first down.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Ready. Blue ready.
Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on Ringo. Tight ends on Ringo.
First down, Winston. Dancing to his left. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
SOS. SOS. SOS.
To the air again with Winston. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. First time into the red zone for the Buccaneers. It's 1st and 10 at the 14.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. 44 is the mic. 44 is mic. Check, check. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check.
Easy, easy, easy. Let's go.
They'll throw again. Winston. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
44.
It's a party now.
Fofo's the mic. Mike's Fofo.
And we got to get to the ball. Easy, 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 easy. Let's go.
Jameis again. He's going to be sacked. Back at the 23-yard line. Quentin Williams gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front. So on 4th down, on comes the Buccaneer kicker, Matt Gay. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. And Gay knocks this one through. So a late 3 there, and that'll help as they head into the break.
Talk about situational football and something they've worked on since the OTAs and mini camps the previous summer. They take care of the ball, get 3 points, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the second half. That's the old 2-for-1 special to finish things off.
We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This is taken at his 4. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Wreaking havoc was Nathan Shepard, the D tackle. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Jameis to throw it. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
White 25. Let's go. Let's get this ball back to the offense. Let's go. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
Winston from the gun on 3rd down. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A 1st down and then some. 36 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10.
Finds the mic. Finds the mic. Know your job.
White.
Delta. You got tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. Let's go.
Working out of the gun. Winston. This one complete to Scott Miller. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 1st down Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Winston. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
That's just me and you. That's just me and you. Both the mic.
Green, coming this way.
Coming this way. Here we go. Look, Snow. 44 is the mic. 44 is mic. Check. Blue Dan.
Let me go.
To throw again on 2nd down. Winston. And he finds Howard complete. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Tight right.
On 3rd and 1, here's Winston. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Now a run on 1st down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
40's mine. 40's a mine. 40's a mine. Let's go, D.
Yo, 80. Go, go.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run. 40's mine. 40's mine. On the ball, on the ball, on the ball, on the ball. 40's mine. 40's mine.
Darnold from the gun. Herndon's got it complete. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on him man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
Yeah, let's get set lunch. Slam, slam, slam.
Ready?
Check 3, check 3.
On 3rd down, Reynolds. Yeah, he's going to be stopped short of a 1st down as they'll get to him at about the 33. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
Yeah, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. The 1st down throw for Winston. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
Give me some. Give me some.
Here's Winston. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Back now in Tampa. It's Buccaneer football, but they've got work to do. They find themselves behind here to start the 4th quarter.
Here we go, even.
Back.
Flip.
6. 44's the mine.
From the gun, Winston. Looking downfield for Godwin. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Chris Godwin, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bucs have taken the lead. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the 4th quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
second down now. It's Reynolds, and they're able to get this one across the 35. 10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet first down. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much for the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, they want to ride him down the stretch. He should have fresh legs.
Yeah, check. Hey, Mike. Hey, no, switch the mic right here. We go Mike 40, Mike 40.
On first down, Darnold. Oh, nearly a disaster there on the check down. But they'll get it back.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Watch the safety creep. Red 80.
Right back to him on first down. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Check. Crunch. 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 Clap. Clap.
They'll try the left side. Reynolds. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch victory.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Hey, we're going Mike 40, Mike 40. Be a long day for you. Hey, let's get in them holes.
On first down, it's Darnold. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Takk McKinley make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Well, for last week's performance, which was so good, he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week. He got a lot of praise, and understandably so, from national media. Looking pretty good on that play, too.
And I love what he told us this week before the game. He talked about how much time they spend working on pass rush moves, every position, because anyone could go after the quarterback in their defense, and you can see how they've all absorbed their lessons.
45 the mic. 40, 80. Switch up. Switch up.
Hey, box drop. Box drop.
45 the mic. 45. Check tight end. Check tight. Check tight.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Darnold going to throw right side here, complete.
Let's go.
And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 28.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Mike 40, Mike 40. Bring it. Bring it.
Now a first down carry by Bell. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jets are going to retake the lead. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quick.
Accelerating, and off he goes. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Buccaneers have once again taken the lead. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now, but let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. A running play on 1st down will get 4 up to the 29.
Keep playing hard, fellas, all day. Woo! Let's get it.
So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire.
Blue draw Corker.
Darnold now to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Stevens. 17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a 1st down.
That gets them the 1st down, but they've still got to move quickly here.
Darnold now just 8 of 16 thus far, 50%, but it's 1st and 10.
Hey, let's go. Mike, 45. What we got? What we got? What we got? 45 for Mike. I know he ain't got it.
Back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
At the 49-yard line.
Ready? Come on. Sunday. Black, we do that. Back to pass. Shit.
Winston here to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. You got the slim lead late and the...
And he talked about trust in his quarterback and trust in his offense.
But still.
And then at the end he kind of went, yeah, not really a good reason.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Gonna give this time to the tailback. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches.
It's 2nd and inches.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Reynolds. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. On first down, Reynolds. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Hey, my 7.
Check Mike 45. Check Mike 45. I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
Darnold. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out. Winston. He finds an opening past the 40. That's caught by Howard. And he'll get this down to the 39-yard line. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop him with 13 seconds left to play. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now Winston. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. Then he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. So it's